Referencing and its features. Referencing is one of the types of professional activity of the referent. First of all, we will reveal the essence of this activity. It is generally accepted that the purpose of abstracting is to write and abstract. However, since the very concept of abstract isn't interpreted unambiguously, the understanding of the essence of the abstracting process is also ambiguous. There are two main approaches to defining the concept of abstract. In accordance with the first traditional approach, an essay is an essay that is written on a given topic based on various sources. This is a kind of creative activity, the purpose of which is to demonstrate the skills of garnering speech writing as well as knowledge in any field. We call such research papers academic. Another approach is related to the emergence and development of information technologies that solve, in particular, the problems of searching, storing, and transmitting information. From these positions, the abstract is considered as one of the types of secondary texts that are closer in content compared to the primary text. Primary source, such abstracts can be called informational. In this case, the process of abstracting is not so much a creative activity as an analytical one, the implementation of which also requires certain skills and abilities. The professional activity of the referent is related to the information aspect, and writing creative academic essays is more likely to be in the field of speech writing. We understand the process of abstracting as a complex intellectual activity consisting of three main stages: reception of various types of information coming from both written and oral source. This aspect of activity can be called receptive. The second, analysis and interpretation of the received information in order to identify new, significant, most important, etc. analytical aspect of the activity. The third, production of one's own speech utterance, i.e., presentation of the results of the analysis of the received information in written or oral form, productive aspect. Depending on the channel of receiving information, visual or auditory, we distinguish referencing of written speech, referencing of oral speech, and depending on the form of implementation of this abstract, oral or written, we say about written abstracting, oral abstracting. The functions of the abstract and annotation are basically the same: reference, address, informative, search, and communicative. Thus, abstracts and annotations are compiled in order to the first allow specialities in this file to make a decision about the need to refer to the source a document, article, book, etc. reference function. The second is provide the necessary information to the specialities who don't need detailed data, informative function. The third is facilitate the preparation of information, publications, and the creation of information arrays, search function. The fourth is ensure that language and terminology barriers are overcome when working with primary sources communication function. the structure, nature of the information contained as well as the volume of abstracts and annotations are regulated by the state standard. In accordance with this GOST, both the abstract and the abstract must contain three mandatory structural parts. The first is headline, bibliography description. The second is actual abstract text. The third is the reference, indexes, category codes, ciphers of the document, storage location, information about bibliographic sources, tables, figures, reference, signature, etc. It is recommended to include the following information in abstracts. The type of source in its preface, monograph, dissertation, reference book, textbook, article, brochure, etc. The task set by the author, his goal. The method he used, experiment, comparative analysis, completion of other sources, etc. The author's affiliation to any scientific school or direction, scientific regalia, and the scope of his professional activity. The structure of the source, subject of the source, object and subject of the presentation. Characteristics of auxiliary and illustrative materials, appendix, reference, approaches, including indexes and bibliography. Address. The news TV version offers us the essence of the summary of all events of the day. The running line of exchange quotes is a residue of information about buying and selling that the market generates every minute. The TV program offers short film previews and viewers thinking that they are flipping through the program actually read the abstract magazine on cinematography. Also, some manufacturers already offer tools for referencing the volume of information in